Hi there. My name's Gary Chappell, and I am the retired CEO of the world-renowned audio publishing company Nightingale Conant. And I have a message I want to share with you. It's a piece of advice. Shut up and listen. No, I'm not talking about listening to me or anyone else. I'm actually recommending you listen to yourself. Find your own inner voice because it's where great wisdom and guidance hides. So many years ago, I got hired by Nightingale Conant to be a carpenter. It was supposed to be a short-term job. At the time, I was living in Florida in a treehouse. I was dirt poor. I was playing in a band and I was a handyman. And I went up to Chicago just for a family reunion on Christmas. And I took a short-term job there and ultimately got offered a job and went on to become the CEO. That journey taught me so many helpful ideas. And I'm here to share one skill that I learned that probably in my mind helped me more than anything else. And I honestly believe that it can do the same thing for you. Look, if you've ever doubted your own intelligence, your own ability, let me explain why you don't need to worry about that. I grew up in a environment that was constantly on the move, so my education was extremely disrupted, and I grew up, realizing I wasn't very book smart. I didn't feel like I was intelligent at all. I didn't have a good memory, but I learned that none of that matters. It does not keep you from getting where you want to go. Because a lot of us, we use that lack of faith in ourselves as an excuse not to forge on, not to try, not to move towards the things we want out of life. But the truth is, you already possess a hidden treasure. It's just waiting for you to find it. It's in plain sight, yet so few people ever look in the right place for it. To unlock it, you've got to do something most people find incredibly difficult. Quiet your mind and listen to the silence within. I know it seems like a stretch, but let me explain why it's so empowering. We're humans. Our minds constantly seek this stimulation, this preoccupation. We want to do puzzles. We want to watch TV. We want to read a book. We want to make sure the house is clean. We have so many reasons to keep our mind busy. But very often, what we're really doing is we're preoccupying our mind and blocking our ability to live to our maximum potential. The truth is, all that spinning monkey mind, it doesn't solve anything in the long run. It doesn't really provide any lasting effect. As a matter of fact, it's that constant spinning that block our ability to zero in on what we really need, and that's satisfaction with life, contentment with life, enjoyment from life, joy, and obviously a consistent, enriching income. Those are all so important, and those are things that you can use stillness to help you achieve. The key to getting there is to dissociate ourselves from anything physical. We've got to stop focusing on our tasks, our to-do lists, our body needs and wants. We've got to make room for creative thinking and problem solving, and you do that by zeroing in on the moment, starting in stillness. It's almost like it has to start in stillness for us to be able to really tap that explosive power of imagination and creativity that is a result of stillness. Again, I mentioned that physical activities are important. They're extremely important. But the truth is, we live in two worlds. We live in the physical realm, right? That's full of actions and sensations and tangible experiences. But the other is the imaginative, the realm of creation, the realm of problem solving. That's where we begin to recognize ourself. When we talk about the self, what the heck does that mean? It really means that, we have our eyes and our nose and our mouth and our hands and our heart, and those are parts of our body. We say my, right? Which implies that there's a separate self. And finding stillness is really about connecting with that self that's in the moment, that's present. It's complete present awareness. It's totally detached from the body. Again, it's the part of you that exists purely in the now, where it is observing and imagining and creating. Within this present moment are the true treasures of our magnificent mind. We are constantly coming up with reasons and distractions that cause us to avoid sitting in silence and tapping this massive potential that's just right underneath the surface. Become determined to avoid that busy thinking, because the real answers that we seek is through silence. Let's make room to be a blank slate, right? Have our mind perfectly clear. And it's only on that blank slate that genius comes rushing in. As a matter of fact, when you stop focusing on the physical world, your worries, your body, whatever it is, you just create that space for inspiration to flow in, for imagination to flow in. It's about emptying your mind and turning and tuning in to something that is much, much deeper. Inspiration is like a quiet whisper. And if your mind is busy, you're just going to miss it. But when you intentionally quiet that noise and you remove the distractions of the past and the future and the fear of the future, the physical world, you invite clarity. Look, I'm not sharing something I haven't experienced firsthand. I have certainly tapped the power of stillness. Am I a master? I'm pretty good. I'm not sure I would claim I'm a master, but I'll tell you this much. It did move me from carpenter to CEO for a very good reason. There were other factors involved, but it was that stillness that helped me recognize the things that needed to be done. My clearest thinking came out of moments of stillness. There's people who are so brilliant, who are able to achieve such incredible things. People like Albert Einstein and Nikola Tesla and Leonardo da Vinci and Steve Jobs, Thomas Edison, Mahatma Gandhi. There's just a long list of individuals who give credit to sitting in stillness, to being the source of their creative breakthroughs. So if your life feels overwhelming and you're searching for solutions, turn to stilling your mind. It's worth a shot. The more you practice quieting your mind, the more you make room for those aha moments that turn problems into opportunities and spark innovative ideas. When I learned to step back, shut up, and listen, finding solutions to problems just became routine. And in business, silence was my secret weapon. Whenever I was faced with a challenge, and that happens when you're the CEO of an organization, you're facing down challenges all the time. But I would always just turn to that stillness, that calmness. Until you can step away from worry and fear, it's very difficult to solve a problem. When you stop mentally swimming in your problems and other distractions, you give your mind a chance to focus. Look, I can personally attest to the power of sitting in silence. And obviously these great inventors are the same way. Here's what I challenge you to do. Start every single morning. Don't make an exception to giving at least 15 minutes. 30 minutes is way better. 15 could be not enough. Give that amount of time dedicated to stilling your mind, trying to seek absolute silence. When I first started this, I made the excuse that I didn't have any time. I had a busy job, a busy household. I did realize that, what? I love long hot showers in the morning. I would love sitting there and letting that hot shower relax my muscles. So I decided to plop a waterproof chair down in my shower, and I turned that shower time into my stillness time. And I tell you, putting that chair in that shower could have been the smartest thing I ever did. It became my daily routine to sit in that chair and focus on stillness, and boy, did it ever pay off. The key to finding your treasure is to focus on nothing physical. No phone, no distractions, no mental chatter about what you have to do next. Try to cut off thoughts of anything related to your body, the past, the future. We've talked about that. If you catch yourself thinking about a to-do list or a task or even what you're going to eat, gently bring yourself back into the moment, back to stillness, back to now. And I found the way for that to work best for me was a simple little exercise. I would blink. I would blink really fast a bunch of times, and then I'd hold my eyes shut, kind of hard. A speck of light would show up. It would float in my eyeball and, in my mind's eye. And I would focus on that spot and exclusively think about expanding that light. It allowed me to stave off all the mental distractions, and then I was able to get that to expand, and that's where that literally I envisioned that blank slate, and just so many ideas came rushing in. But the big ideas start in silence. Master the skill, and you'll start to solve problems. You'll write songs. You'll envision wonderful works of art. You may invent something. As a result, you'll soon find yourself living a much better life. But be patient. Give it several weeks, a few months if necessary. Don't give up on it, because it is there. It is there for everyone. Be patient. I promise you it will be worth it. Look, if you want to get ahead, you got to get comfortable with silence. It gave great people answers, and it can do the same for you. It gave wonderful people guidance. It can do the same for you. So if you're serious about getting ahead in life, then learn to master the fine art of shutting up and listening. There you have it. I hope this helps. Please practice it. It's amazing. If this message resonates with you, please share it with someone else, okay? Maybe it'll help them too. Many blessings, and see you next time. I want to share something with you that I think you will really appreciate as much as I have. It's a book that was written in 1898 by William George Jordan, and it really is a life-changing classic, and I want to give it to you for free. In a world driven by chaos, hurry, and distraction, this book, The Majesty of Calmness, offers a rare and powerful antidote: poise, purpose, and peace. What could be better? This is a timeless masterpiece, and it teaches you how to cultivate unshakable inner strength, confidence, and self-control. I think it's a wonderful book, a very short read, and could be very impactful for you. Click the link below this video, and it'll take you right to the description. Thanks again for your time. I really appreciate it.